9 experienced hikers pitched their tent on a remote mountain slope in the freezing Ural wilderness. They were young, strong, and excited, taking photos, singing songs, joking, and writing in journals. But that night, something terrified them so much that they slashed their tent open from the inside and fled half-dressed into -30 degrees Celsius cold. Many ran barefoot or in socks towards certain death. Over 65 years later, nobody knows what that something was. This is the true story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of history's most chilling unsolved mysteries. The group of 9 was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, a passionate outdoor lover and university student. The rest were mostly his fit, adventurous classmates in their early 20s, plus one older experienced instructor. Originally 10, but one member turned back early due to illness, becoming the only survivor. Their goal: ski 300 kilometers to Mount Otorten for a top Soviet hiking certificate. They left by train January 23, 1959, full of energy, playing guitars, snapping happy photos, and staying upbeat even as wind and deep snow slowed them down. They cached extra food in an abandoned village along the way. On February 1st, delayed by bad weather, they climbed the exposed slope of Kolet Cycle, Dead Mountain, in Mansi language, linked to ancient legends of evil spirits and 9 hunters who vanished there forever. Ignoring the superstitions, they pitched their tent around 5 p.m. in howling wind and heavy snow, ate a quick cold meal, took some final photos, a few show them smiling and setting up outside the tent, changed into dry clothes, and settled in for the night. They were expected to send a telegram home by February 12th, but silence. Massive search parties started February 20th, with volunteers, soldiers, planes, and dogs combing the vast white emptiness. On February 26th, rescuers finally spotted the tent on the silent, windswept slope, half buried in snow, eerily still, with a long, deliberate slash cut from the inside. Inside, everything was neat: boots lined up, axes ready, warm clothes folded, even food prepared as if for morning. But the hikers had vanished into the night. 9 sets of footprints led calmly downhill toward the dark forest 1 kilometer away, some in boots, others just socks or completely barefoot, despite the brutal cold. No signs of any struggle or outside attackers. First bodies found March 1st under a tall cedar tree at the forest edge. 2 young men near a tiny, pathetic campfire that barely flickered, their hands badly burned from holding them too close in desperation, wearing only underwear and socks. Branches were snapped off up to 5 meters high, clear signs someone climbed frantically for wood or to look around. Higher on the open slope, 3 more bodies, scattered as if some had tried crawling back to the tent. One had a small skull crack. All 5 died from hypothermia. Bodies showed that strange, paradoxical undressing, where freezing victims feel burning hot and rip off clothes. No major external wounds. The last 4 were discovered in May, once snow melted, in a makeshift den they had dug in a nearby ravine under deep drifts. Their injuries were horrifying: crushed skulls and multiple broken ribs from an enormous, invisible force, like a car crash impact, yet no bruises or cuts on the skin. One also missing tongue, eyes, lips, and facial tissue. Officials blamed animal scavenging later, but many say it's too strange and clean. Even weirder clues: mild radiation traces on some clothes, garments oddly swapped between bodies. The very last photo on a camera showed a blurry, glowing light or figure in the darkness. Locals reported seeing mysterious orange spheres floating in the sky around that time. The rushed 1959 Soviet investigation blamed an unknown compelling force the group couldn't overcome. Case closed quickly, the area sealed off for years, files classified and hidden. Theories have raged ever since. Secret military tests nearby, explaining radiation, skylights, and sudden panic/injuries. Infrasound from wind over the mountain causing irrational terror, a rare slab avalanche. 2021 scientific models show a small snow slide could have hit the tent hard enough to crush some inside and scare the rest out. But it still doesn't explain the radiation, missing body parts, or why they never returned for their gear. Possible attacks by escaped prisoners or locals. or even supernatural ideas tied to those old Monsey legends of spirits. Some whisper Yeti-like creatures. 9 young lives ended in pure terror and suffering. Today, the area is officially called Dyatlov Pass in their memory. Over 65 years later, the full truth remains buried in the snow. What do you think happened? Drop your theory below. I read them all. Subscribe for more true scary stories. Turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.